If you want to learn about trees, you should spend time in a forest. And if you want to learn about forestry, well, what better place than McLean Mill, where for the third year in a row, grade 5 students from School District 70 are doing some hands-on learning during National Forestry Week.
We are basically learning about all the different components of the forestry industry, so learning about riparian zone management and talking about the Hupachasit's use of the forests and how they also work to protect them.
It's a big day of learning that takes a fair bit of planning, all made possible by the local forestry office, along with private sponsors and a lot of volunteer hours.
So I think we have about over 300 kids, grade 5, and they really get to experience all the different attributes and things that we have to offer in forestry. Whether it's fighting fires, learning about First Nations culture, learning about trees and seedlings and how trees grow. So we're really trying to focus on our children because they are our future and they are our future for forestry as well.
And from an education viewpoint, a day like this meshes perfectly with the BC Schools curriculum.
Nice job.
It fits into pretty much every single component because they'll be able to write about this when they get back. They'll learning about habitat and all the different organisms that work together in different environments, and just learning about just the hands-on creative component of being outdoors and having access to nature and how important that is for overall wellness.
I think it's a very good way to learn. We got a hose and stuff. We also got to learn about First Nations, the territories, and near the creeks and what kind of animals live there.
All right, so it's a bit of a race. You ready? On your mark.
Now the students are clearly enjoying their day, as are the folks who are presenting the information. But there's more to this field trip than maple syrup and riparian zones. There's also an increased understanding of the cultural values that exist not just in the forest, but in society at large.
This is just our lifestyle. This is just, especially when you come into the culture end of it, this is something we do every spring, every summer, every month has a different collection time, and this is just a way of life. So the more interactions, the more acceptance, the more, and it just takes care of the younger age.
Everybody wants to try putting one in.
This is my favorite way to teach. I live for this outside of the four walls because to me that's the most important valuable lessons that they'll learn. And remember, at the end of the year, they will think back and they'll remember that time that they held the salamander or the frogs or the time that they got to hold the fire hose. And it all comes together with just building their self-esteem and their life experience and their knowledge about where we live.
I have a picture in my office on my wall of the first National Forestry Week out at McLean's Mill, and I look at that day very often. It's one of the highlights of my career, without a doubt.
A career highlight, the best in teaching, and a great day of learning. Not a bad way to mark National Forestry Week.